everybody.
Hello.
Hello. It's a nice hello. Let's lie down and arrive in this space. A couple of minutes just with quiet. So you're tuning into the music, giving yourself a bit of time just to stop and arrive in the space. This may be, for some of us, if we've been really busy today, the quietest and the stillest you've been all day. So nourish it. Enjoy it. Just a few minutes to relax the body. Just connect back with your breathing. Just become aware that breathing's happening. And it's absolutely fine to breathe through the nostrils or through slightly parted lips, if that's easier for you. Enjoy maybe 5 or 6 more deep breaths. This is your hour. You're all worth an hour of your own time. So see this as a form of good self-care. Perhaps you can come out of your head and back in your body, which is super important for us. Just enjoy a few more deep breaths here, please. Quietly just arriving in the space. Take 2 more deep breaths here for me. And just take the awareness yogis down to your fingers and toes. Just start to give them a little wiggle, a little stretch into fingers, into toes. Just become aware of these digits. Open them, stretch them gently. We do the same with our wrists and ankles. Untie the knots there. Just make little loose circles with our wrist joints, first in one direction, and the ankle joints. Whilst we're doing this, we're still breathing nice and evenly through the nose or mouth. And then switch directions, yogis. Don't forget to do that gently in the opposite direction. Untying the knots in wrist and ankles. And if it's creaky, don't worry. Just untying the knots from the day. We're going to just stretch the arms overhead. And it doesn't matter if the elbows are bent, but just rest if you can, the hands and the backs of the arms on the floor above you. You to interlace the fingers if that's comfortable. Gently turn the palms the opposite way. If that's too strong, just hold on to the fingers. And let's activate the legs now in this stretch. Let's bring the legs together. Toes towards us, push the heels away. There's that sense, isn't there, of reaching through the whole body now. I want you to enjoy 2 or 3 deep breaths as you just take a long, deep stretch into the whole body. Make sure you're not straining, but to enjoy the stretch. Again, go gently if there's any pain in the shoulders or low back. Remember to ease off a little if you need to. Let's breathe in together, and as we exhale, let's release the fingers and just float those arms back down to the sides of the body. Opening the eyes when you're ready. Put the light on, just the one at the front, so it's not too much for you guys. Well, I want you to hug the knees into the chest now. This helps with our digestive system, just drawing the knees in instead to sort of give ourselves a big internal hug. But also if we start to rock gently, if that feels comfortable from side to side, we're massaging our tailbone and also softening and breathing deeply into the kidney area. I want you to just take 1 or 2 deep breaths into that low back and kidney area. Really soothing if you get backache, this one. Really good for low back pain. If you can do this at home, maybe on the bedroom carpet somewhere where it's fluffy and soft, just draw the knees in for a few minutes. It really can be very therapeutic for low back. Well, let's roll onto one side. We're going to come up and we're going to do a spine mobilizer. And first and foremost, we're going to bend our knees. And I want you to just do this slowly with me. So we're going to bring the sole of the left foot to rest by the right thigh. Okay? That's it. You're going to copy me. Now the right foot is turned so that it's resting on the floor behind you. Almost imagine that your right heel is as close to the right button as it can be, but don't force the foot. So if the right foot doesn't sort of naturally fall onto the floor, don't force it. Okay? So you're all going to mirror me now, I've got to remember that. Well, we're going to all twist to our left, okay? So we take our right hand to our left knee and our left hand behind us. Either forming a tripod with fingers, just listen. Tripod fingers behind us, and we're going to twist to our left. It's quite a nice, satisfying twist, but how far you twist yogis is up to you. I'd like you to hold that for 4 deep breaths, very gently, looking somewhere over the left shoulder. Now, naturally, one buttock will be a bit further up, the right buttock. I want you to aim to press both buttocks into the floor. Be very gentle on that twist, just looking somewhere over the left shoulder for 1 or 2 more deep breaths. Be quite satisfying. You can go a little further into it if you wish to. Ease off again if you've got neck pain or lower back pain, don't overdo it. So all take a deep breath in and out together. Good, I can hear some audible breathing, that's good. And then come back to the centre. We're now going into what we call a lateral stretch. So we're going to stay like this. And we want to stretch into that left side. So the right hand goes out to the side, pretty much in line with the right knee if it can. And the left arm comes up and we're looking up towards the inner elbow. So now we're stretching the left side of our ribs. And we just hold this for 2 deep breaths. It's called a lateral stretch. So we're igniting the stretch in the side ribs. Don't want to look up, just look towards the right. Okay, we're going to go back into a flow now, yogis. So I want you to inhale and raise both arms up. Exhale, go back into the twist to the left. Inhale, come back to the center, raise the arms. Exhale, go back into the twist and stretch in there. And we do 4 more. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, back into the twist. Setting up that flow now, that's lovely. Inhale, back to center. Exhale over. So it's the left arm we look up towards, left arm coming over. 3 more yogis if you can. Listen slowly. Use the rhythm of your breath. Keep twisting to the left. That's it. Inhale and lengthen. Gently. Exhale. Do that once more together. Here we go. Breathing up to lengthen. Exhale, mobilizing the spine. Inhale, back up. Exhale, come down. Now, this is the only part I think that's really strong personally, but you may think otherwise. We come up onto our knees carefully. This is where we open our hips and take care because that can be quite strong. Yeah. Now the left hand goes down by that left knee, and it's the right arm I want you to raise and come over, but look down towards the left hand so your neck is in confidence. If you can have the hand flat, go for it, or make tripod fingers with the left hand. Push the hips forwards, keep them nice and open. This is a lovely way to sweep the dust off the shoulders, the rust off the hips, as it were. Look down, keep lifting those hips forwards and up. Good. Aim for 3 more breaths. You're doing well, Laura. I'm doing it well. You are. If anybody finds it's a little strong, release now. Hold for another breath in. And exhale, come down. Well done. Quite strong, isn't it? Really does open our hips deeply. Oh, bless you. Got to take the legs forwards. Not many people who say poses are brilliant, but well done. Now, Laura, everybody else, we've got 2 sides, so we're going to do that on the other side. Remember, you're mobilising the spine, so just take care. Let's bend that left knee. Again, if you can bring the front of the left foot and rest it on the floor, have a go, bring it as close to that left buttock as you can, but just check in with this knee. And of course, the sole of the right foot rests by that left inner thigh. Now, if you feel that you're a bit lopsided, just lift up, just aim to place the buttocks both of them firmly down. Sometimes we're more lopsided on one side. And let's go for that delicious, satisfying twist to the right. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Twist to look somewhere over that shoulder. If you can, take the right hand behind you. It's flat on the floor, that's fine, but personally, I come up on the fingertips. That way you don't lose the height in the spine. 5 slow breaths. Anybody find one side easier to twist to? No, I'm not sure. So we're looking over that right shoulder. And maybe 3 more deep breaths. Just stay there. Breathe as best you can into the twist. You start feeling a little bit strong. Yeah. Just relax the shoulders a little bit, the ovaries from your ears. Still maintain that nice satisfying twist if you can. And take another deep breath in and out here. Now let's breathe in together and use the exhalation to come back to center. Well done. Let's start to think about setting up the flow. This time we're going to have that left hand, down, and bring the right arm up, and look up towards the inner elbow if you can. 2 deep breaths. Again, just direct the breath into those side ribs. That's where we want to create space. Excellent. Let's inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, go back into the twist. Do this 5 times if we can. Inhale, lengthen back up to center. Exhale, left arm down, right arm over, up towards that. Just keep going at your pace, yogis. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Just a nice little flow. 2 or 3 more if you can. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale back in that lovely satisfying twist. 1 or 2 more if you can. Take your time though. We all breathe differently, therefore we all move differently. Some of you will be faster than others, some will want to slow it right down. It's your yoga, you go at your pace. Do 1 more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Then come back gently. Raise those knees carefully. You're going to open the hips deeply here. So fling off the dust. Right hand goes down by the right knee. The left arm comes over. It is. So we look down towards the right hand so our neck isn't compromised. But while you're doing that, yogis, keep lifting the hips forwards. Keep them as open as you can. Just have one deep breath. You always come out of it if you need to, otherwise, as I say, 1 or 2 more deep breaths. Anybody finding it easier again on this side? No. A few nods, but a few shakes of the head as well. Well done. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe in with me. Exhale, release. Well done. Nicely done. Oh, you'll want to shake out the legs now, yogis. Ooh in and ah in the corner there. You okay? Well done. So what that does, it mobilizes the spine in this sort of twisting action and a stretch, and then really opens your hips. So it's quite a nice one to do first thing in the morning, if you can remember. Yogis, we're going to come up. It is warm in here, so stay hydrated. And if you need to, just stop and get a drink. Okay. Let's just stand for a moment in Tadasana. The way we stand is said to affect our mood, our thinking, even our breathing. Yet how many of us really, stand correctly? Often through, poor posture, maybe restricted clothing, and just sitting all day, we sort of forget that this is our epicenter. This is where we breathe from, the belly. So what I want you to do is separate the feet, almost fan them apart. They're about hip width apart. Have the palms facing forwards. This just opens and drops the clavicle region and the shoulders. And let's just look towards this imaginary horizon. The horizon for us is about here. I just want you to imagine looking towards the horizon. Roll the shoulders back. Just take a moment to stand and breathe. Eyes can be open or closed. And just very gently realign yourself if you feel you need to. So I want you just to trust your body's ability to do this, okay? Just to move gently and slowly backwards and forwards. Keep the feet on the floor. It's just a very gentle rocking motion. Softly gazing ahead. Open the toes. Use the foundation of the feet. How would it feel just to vary that and go from side to side? Standing variation. Trusting our body to know exactly how much it can move, how much it can't. The toes soft and long. Remember that circle. How does that feel? Just to circles. Breathing. Let it go in the opposite direction. Toes soft and long. Feet form our foundation. Variation of standing and then come back to stillness and softly bend the knees. It's a little micro bend there. Just start to move the hands from side to side. Just freeing up the waist. Soft knees, the micro bend. How much can you just soften and let go? Just creating a little movement there. The body to be as relaxed as it is. Okay, just moving but still being aware of the standing. And from there, we're going to try a couple of sun salutes. These ones are strengthening. I am going to put a plank pose in there, but I'm going to offer people a modified version of that in case our arms or shoulders are a bit delicate today. So just come to the tops of your mat, yogis. Make sure that there's nothing else on your mat that's going to sort of make you go into it like a block, so the mat is completely free. We'll bring the hands to the prayer position, and again, it's just a mindful moment with our breathing. Let's just take 1 or 2 breaths, and I want you to, every time you exhale, have the intention of sending the energy downwards, down into the legs and feet. So breathing in and send that energy down. can, connecting back with your body. Now in this traditional practice, we're going to inhale and bend the knees, and we're going to take the arms up and gently back as if we were saluting the sun. Then we're going to swan dive down as we exhale and keep the knees slightly bent if you need to, hands resting just below your knees on your shins. Then we're going to practice hinging forwards from our hips, so we slide further down in the forward bend. And if you can, bring the fingertips to the floor. If you can't, bend the knees until you can. And just look towards your knees. Start to feel that long stretch in the hamstrings. Take a breath in, take a breath out. And very gently and slowly, have a go at taking your right leg back and your left leg back and come into a low plank. So your buttocks are in line with your body. If that's too strong this evening, a variation, you can bring the knees to the floor, cross the ankles and lift the feet, engage the tummy muscles and still load the weight into the upper body. And what I want you to do if you're in full plank is engage those tummy muscles and just take a nice deep breath in there. Well done. Building stamina and strength. We bring the knees down with care. We bring the chest down, forehead, all the way down. And we're going to practice our cobra tonight. So let's separate the feet a little bit. Imagine that the legs are like a snake tail. Push the front of the feet, the front of the thighs into the floor. And then we deliberately slide the hands underneath the shoulders. And it's like our elbows are Velcro to the sides. We're Velcroing them to our side ribs, keeping them there. We use the strength in our arms and hands to press the hands into the floor. Breathe in and come up slowly. Keep those elbows in. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. I want you to look down so the back of the neck remains long. Relax the buttocks. Whether you're here or further up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Relax the buttocks. One more deep breath in. Well done. Exhale, we go down. I've got sound effects in the room here. Okay. Now, I can see you all found that so easy. I'm going to do it again. So we're going to breathe in, just practicing this. Come up nice and slowly again. Roll the shoulders back. Just one breath in. Those elbows in. Fabulous. Exhale, go back down. Good. That'll do for now. Let's tuck those toes under. Push ourselves back slowly into what we call a tabletop position, like a tabletop. We're going into our first inversion movement, our downward dog. So I want you to tuck the toes under and just gently go up. Now, when you go up, I want you to be what we call in yoga an A-frame. Can you see my feet and my hands are deliberately closer together? So often we're wide, but I want you to come in, be more A-frame than me. And walk the dog with me. Pad one heel down as you breathe in. Gently pad the opposite heel back as you breathe out. And we're going to do that for 4 breaths. So the arms are strong, head and neck hanging, we gaze towards our upper thighs. We're just walking our dog by padding one heel back and the other heel back. Take 1 or 2 more deep breaths if you can. If it's a little bit strong, come back onto your forwards. Well done. Now we're going to have a little go at taking the right leg off the floor. Raise it behind you, it doesn't have to be high. Keep those arms strong. And raise the right leg as high as you can in what we call downward dog split. Lovely stretch for our hips. Now, however you do this, you're going to just take care. You're going to breathe in and sweep the right leg forward between the hands. Do it however you can. Well done. Turn back for now. Engage the tummy muscles. Rise up slowly. Well done. And then you can adjust if you need to. So, for example, you may need to turn the back foot out. You may feel too wide, so come in. And this front knee, as you bend it, make sure you can just see the top of the big toe or the top of your sock. Track that knee forwards. We're going to have a little play at warrior one. We're going to raise those arms on the inhale. Arms facing. You've got the option to look forwards or lift the chin and look up and gently back. Now we're stretching from the belly button all the way up to the throat. So this back bend becomes a lovely opening for the front of the body. If you're looking up, just make sure the back of the neck doesn't reach. Looking forward is fine. Hold for 3 breaths. Good. Bottom half of the body is anchored into the floor, reaching up to the sky with the top half of the body. So lovely two-way stretch. Exhale, release the hands, yogis, well done. Step forwards, left foot, to right. Bend the knees, fold all the way down again for me. Fingers in line with the toes if they can. This time, lift the chin, look along the floor. Straighten the legs if you can. Exhale, fold down again. Now we'll all bend our knees, engage our tummies. Inhale, raise the arms slowly, come up and gently back. Salute our imaginary sun. And exhale. Go half around done, well done. Step forwards and we'll do the left side. Everybody okay? All good? You ready, yogis? Recenter. Take a resting breath and send the energy downwards, all the way down to the feet. When you're ready, let's go. Inhale. Exhale, folding forwards and down. Hands just resting on those shins if they can. Feel free to slide the hands all the way down and bend the knees if you need to. Fingers in alignment with the toes. And look towards the knees. Folding forwards from the hips. It's a very strong stretch for the hamstrings, but very nice. The left leg goes back, the right leg back into plank again if you can. If back is a bit strong tonight, remember the alternative. Knees on the floor, cross the ankles over, shift the weight into the hands and waist. Do that. Whichever version you're doing, yogis, keep engaging the tummy and do breathe deeply. Don't hold the breath. Well done. Come down when you're ready. Knees first, chest and chin. Well done. Well, we'll have a little go at a back bend again. And I think we'll do a nice snake pose here. So we separate the feet again. This is nice if your shoulders are tight, yogis. I want you to interlace the fingers behind you. Form a hatchet with the hands. If you can, bring your palms together. Roll the shoulders back. And with the feet press into the floor. Inhale, raise the head, the neck, the shoulders. And pull the arms away as if someone was trying to pull them away from the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Cool. Just have a go. If it's too strong to interlace the fingers, rest one hand on the other and lift up. You'll still be getting that opening. It won't be quite so strong. So Laura, do what I'm doing now. For those that want to interlace the fingers, keep rising, look along the floor, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and release. Now, I just want you to rest by turning your head to one side. Let the arms go. Let the front of the body feel very soft, supported on the floor. Just take a resting breath before we do that again. Back bends are strong, they're exploratory, they're opening us up. It's good to have little pauses in between. Now this time, yogis, when we go back into it, we interlace the fingers again. We're going to make it a little more challenging. You can, if you wish to, have a go at keeping the legs together. And as you raise the arms behind you, try and keep the knees together and raise them off the floor. The hardest part is keeping the knees straight. Sometimes people like to look down. That keeps the back of the neck open, so it's a nice option. If looking forwards feels too much. Balancing on your abdomen and your pubic bone now. Don't forget to breathe. Strengthening the spine. And release. Turn the head the other way, yogis. Take a little pause there. Let the body breathe. toes under, a little rest, pushing us up back onto all fours, and we're ready for our second inversion, our second downward dog. So just when you're ready, go up again, go up into an A shape, so bring the feet, the hands a bit nearer, and let's walk our dog, having one heel down, then the opposite heel back. 3 or 4 deep breaths. Please don't worry if the heels don't touch the floor. That's not the object here at the end. Just easing and feeling our way into a deep inversion. So go gently. That's it. Now we're going to leave the right leg on the floor. Strengthen the arms and raise the left leg behind us. How high you raise that leg is up to you. This is known as the downward dog split. Why this sort of pose we do with the legs? Enjoy, stretch, breathe as you raise the left leg. Aim for 1 or 2 breaths. It really does build upper body strength and stamina. And then with another deep breath, use the breath to sweep that leg forwards between the hands, as best you can. Turn the back foot out, rise up slowly. So the front leg should be the left leg, right foot turned out, and hips squared to the front of the shoulders. And we bend that front knee. Make sure we can still see the big toe. Turn the back foot out. When you're ready, inhale, sweep those arms up into your version of warrior. You can look up and gently back and create a little back bend as well, or look forward. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And again, I invite you to hold for 3 breaths. 3 deep breaths. Have a quick look at that front knee, yogis. Make sure it's tracking forward still. It's worth doing. Breathe and hold for as long as you comfortably can. Lovely. Strong pose. Mentally, physically, everything about this pose says warrior, strength. Let's release. Bring the legs together, the feet together, and we fold down slowly. This time, the fingers alongside the toes. We're going to lift the chin and look along the floor ahead of the body. Perhaps straightening the legs again to get that stretch. Exhale, fold down. Join me now. Inhale, raise the arms up and gently back. And our exhale, close that part of practice. Good. Grab yourself some water. If you haven't got a block or 2, grab them from the back of the room, yogis, and we'll try a balance. Oh, isn't it? I wish I just put those 2. You're welcome. Anybody else need one? Laura? Oh, well. Or short sleeves. Well, that's because Peter likes us all to be toasty warm. So, yogis, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a little go at the balance, and we're going to use blocks. And I was thinking about using the walls, but I think I don't enough wall space tonight. Never mind. So what I'm going to do is do an upside down little bit fun. When we think about balances, they tend to look quite static and try and hold something when we're wobbling. So sometimes just having a block or an aid, like a wall or a chair. I do a lot of chair yoga, which is really quite strong. You'd be surprised. And we often use blocks. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to have a go at, and then we'll do it together. So the blocks are there to aid us, they're props. So I'm going to take my left foot forwards, and I come up onto the ball of the back foot, so that's my right foot. And then I'm just going to take my hands to my hips, because that just helps to steady. Bend this right leg, and I'm going to grasp hold of the foot. So I sort of come into what looks like, and is going to be, that pose that we all know, dance, pose the dance. So you can see I'm holding onto that foot. And I'm going to push the foot in, and then with this hand, if I wanted to, I can take it down to the floor. I've then got the opportunity to open this knee up, out and away, create a lovely hip opener. Feel myself wobble. Now what you can do is to do this at home, what I taught today in another class. You can use a wall. It's not cheating at all, because you can use the wall there and into the same pose, and then start to go upside down and push into the wall. Okay, I'm going to the swimming pool. And you can see, you can hold that for ages because I've got the wall to support me. I'm opening up my heel. I get this lovely opening in my abdomen. It's nice stretch here. I might need to come down. Push you and come up. So if you've got enough wall space, feel free to go to the wall, but use the blocks, okay? Should we just have a go? Yes, come on. That's it. That's a little yes there. Not too much enthusiasm. What we're going to do first of all is we'll just stand, and then if we want to tip forwards we can. So I suggest taking those blocks to the left side of your mat. You could use 4 or 5 if you want. You can use as many. You could have your blocks up here. It's just I think 2 might be enough today. So left foot comes forwards, come up onto the board of the right foot. We do it in stages. In that way, if it all gets too much, we go back to the beginning. Hands on hips. Now, some of us might just want to practice lifting and bending that way. That's enough today. Find a point of focus by looking towards the floor. Start to tip forwards if you want to. Bend that front knee, that left knee if you want to. Take the hand down. If you feel confident, why not just stretch that leg? If you can grasp hold of the foot, have a go. If it's too strong, don't. Laura, you sound in pain. Now keep that right heel close to the right buttock as you rotate the chest, push the foot up, back and away. Look down, don't even think you have to look up. Hold 1 or 2 breaths. Well done. Yeah. So let me show you by the wall yogis, because I don't want anybody to feel, if you're feeling a bit crestfallen by it, grab a bit of wall, inside hand, inside leg, never move, just practice, taking 1 foot off. Practice this. It's a great way to start, and you'll probably stay a lot longer, work a lot deeper. Just using that, it's not going anywhere, that's the nice thing. You may do, but the wall won't. Feel free to go towards the wall if anybody wants to. Can I go on the other side first? Of course you do. Okay. So, blocks go to the right side. I'm going to watch you now. I'll put you off, I promise. Right foot forwards. Left to walk. Yeah, go back to walk, Cara. It's absolutely fine. Anybody who wants to go to the wall, it's not cheating, trust me. We work harder by the wall. Come up onto the board of the back foot. If you want to do it freestyle, that's absolutely fine. Hands to our hips, maybe just tipping forwards. Bend the front knee. The right hand is there, and you can make a tripod and rest if it wants to on the block. And try and straighten the leg. Just hold the foot. Keep them down. Push the left foot into the hand. Left knee goes up, out and away. Just spiral the left side of the chest towards the ceiling. Lovely effort. Are we breathing? Make sure we are. Well done. Best piece of advice is look down. So at home, if you don't have blocks, why not use a couple of heavy books? If you've all got a bit of wall, practice standing on one leg and then the other, and you'll get better with practice. Well done. Just take the blocks away for a moment, stop our mats. Let's go wide on our mats, yogis. Wide as you want to go, toes and ankles facing forwards. Grab one of your blocks if you need to, and place that in front of you. In front of you. You might need it, you might not. It's there if you need it. Because we're going into a narrow dog, half dog, okay? Dog, half dog, we call this. So toes and ankles forwards, legs are fairly straight, unless you've got back issues, and keep them slightly bent. Let's tip forwards, hinge forwards from our hips. And if we can get the fingertips to the floor, keep them quite narrow. If you can't, use the block and rest there. Keep the fingertips narrow for me. Bring the ears alongside the inner elbows and look through your legs. Come up onto the fingertips so your elbows are free and just enjoy that lovely long stretch, long body. Hold and breathe. It's a great way if you find out with dog difficult to get the stretch of all of your limbs. Hold for 5 lovely long deep breaths if you can. Relax the head. Breathe. Try coming up on the fingertips. Some of you can get further, I know, but if you come up on the fingertips, it means the elbows and arms are a little freer, but keep them narrow. Lovely. 1 or 2 more deep breaths, yogis. This is nice to do against the wall, buttocks against the wall. You get a lovely stretch there. Now walk the hands back. Bring them to your hips, bend the elbows and knees, and rise up slowly. Well done, all the way to standing. And then just walk, jump, or zigzag back in. Shake it out. Well done. Good. I'm going to practice another balance in a moment, but first of all, let's just have a little go and a couple of side bends again. So, very gently, just take your right foot forwards and your left foot behind you. Your right foot forwards, left foot turned out behind you. Again, just make sure the hips and shoulders are squared to the front. Once you bend that front right knee, again, just make sure you can see the big toe. I want you to rest your left hand on the back of the left foot. The right arm, just turn it uppermost and scoop it off of this pose up to the gods, goddesses, scooping action. Come up and gently back. And again, it's a little bit of a back bend. As we raise the right arm, we're looking towards the palm. As far back as you can, but watch the low back. A lovely stretch in the right side of your chest. And hold for 3 breaths. Make sure you're not overbending. Keep the front of the body facing forward, particularly those hips. Good. Hold and love that. Now, very gently release, then hands to the hips again. Come up on the ball of the back foot and just turn it into balance again. Engage the tongue muscles. Raise the back foot slightly, look down. This time, take the arms out to the side in what we call flying bird. Those that want to go a little deeper, have a go at bringing arms together in front of you, cross the thumbs over and look down. This is a lovely elongation for the whole spine. If that's too strong, just come back out or come with the arms out to the side of easier. Standing leg is strong. Breathe. Release down slowly. Step forwards. Switch sides. Last of the standing poses. Our legs get a bit tired. I want us to do a few poses on our mat. So left foot forwards now. Right foot turned out. Just take a resting breath here. And the right hand goes to the back of the right thigh. We scoop and offer the pose up with the left hand, looking towards the inner left palm. You're all looking like gorgeous Grecian statues in the museum now. That's all right. We've raised the left arm, at least you notice. Now stretching into the left side of your chest, yogis. Again, don't look too far up and back. Don't pinch the back of your neck or low back. Good. Breathe. A lovely lift in the chest. Create space in our side ribs. One more full breath in. Nicely done, yogis. Release. Hands go to the hips. And we actively stack the weight into the front leg, come up onto the ball of the back foot. We engage the tummy muscles, pull them in softly. Allow that corset of muscles and sheath of muscles around the abdomen to switch on now. And we tip forwards. We take the back leg off. Raise the back foot down. Go to the wall, Laura, if you wish to. Anybody can just go to the wall if they need to. Arms out to the side firstly, looking down. And then if you want to, bring the palms together in front of you. Cross the thumbs over, looking down like a balancing stick. Hold and release. Well done. Ooh. Shake it out, yogis. Legs get heavy because they're working hard. Okay, just watching the time. We're going to come down, grab some water if you need to, and then we'll do a little east-west flow. So we come down, and we just sit on the sitting bones. We peel away the flesh from the buttocks. Legs are nice and forwards. It's a nice way just again to integrate a forward bend. Again, we're going to move through 3 breaths. I'm just going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to inhale. And this in itself is just trying to keep my spine tall, look forwards, flex the toes. And then going to exhale and come forwards. I'm going to inhale, come up. And again, another wrist strengthener. I take the arms behind me and come up into upward plank. And release. And there we go again. So let's do that together, okay? So breathing in. Now this is known as the staff pose. Just take a moment here. Sit as tall as you can, looking forwards. Great way to keep the spine tall. Exhale, fold forwards and down. Holding onto the legs and feet wherever you can. Good. Inhale, lengthen up. Looking forwards. Now take the arms behind you. Palms can face, fingers can face in or out, whichever's more comfortable. Pushing up into an upward plank. Don't drop the head. Either look up or forwards. Exhale, release. Good. And we go again. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out, folding forwards and down. Flowing up and inhale. Hands behind. Use the wrist as a push up. Lovely. And release. We do 4 more. In. Go at your pace. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen up. Arms behind again. Real wrist working here. Push up. Toes down. Good. Release. 2. Inhale to exhale, fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, push up. Feet together. Good. You've got the energy to do 1 more, yogis? Just about. Inhale to lengthen. Well done. Exhale, folding forward. Lovely way to flow with your breath. No rush. Last one. That's lovely. Building strength and energy. And lovely. Now, you all deserve a rest. What I want you to do, lie down firstly. I'll just demonstrate. Hug the knees in and rock. And then I'm going to teach you what's known as sort of corkscrew twist. And I'll just show you briefly. Yeah, just watch for a second. So we're going to take the left foot to the floor and cross the right leg over the left. Okay. Then I'm going to take the arms to shoulder height. And if I can, lower the knees down to the left. Now, if that feels too tight and too pulling on the back for some of us, then just stack 1 foot on top of the other and lower down. Just do what you can. First of all, yogis, let's just hug our knees in. Let's all give our backs a lovely moment to be massaged. Hug the knees in. Give yourself a big internal hug here. Rock. Breathe. Now, place the left foot on the floor, left knee bend. Cross the right leg over the left. And then take the left foot off the floor for me. Hug both knees in. And I ask you to interlace the fingers just below the right shin. Just below the right knee, so that's the top leg. And now I want you to squeeze and hug that right shin in towards your chest. So you're pulling the top leg gently further in towards your chest. Can you feel that in your outer buttocks, yogis? Thighs. So that top shin, you've got your hands resting on it and you're drawing it closer to the chest. hold that for 2 or 3 deep breaths. It's again a way to open up the spine, sort of irons out any kinks there. Breathe, relax. Keep hugging that right shin, keep drawing it a little closer to the chest if you can, as you breathe. Okay, excellent. Now just for safety, place the left foot on the floor, uncross the right leg and cross the left leg over the right. Up that foot, interlace the fingers just below the left shin now, and your role is to draw that shin, both legs indeed, in towards the chest. Anybody noticing it feels easier on one side? It's fine. So keep drawing that left shin a little closer. Really does activate a lovely lengthening of the spine. Hold 2 more deep breaths if you can. Every time you exhale, just see if you can pull that shin a little closer in. Again, take care. Lovely. And again, let's carefully take one foot to the floor, uncross the legs. And then we cross the right leg over the left again. And we simply lower both legs down to the left. We'll just take the arms to shoulder height on the floor, palms facing the ceiling. Like a corkscrew the legs are. And you can turn the head to the left, to the right, or keep the head in that central position looking up. You decide. Hold, breathe, relax. For about 3 or 4 deep breaths if you can. And remember, if you find crossing right leg over left too strong, uncross the legs and just stack one on top of the other. Both knees down to the left. Relax. Let the shoulder blades in contact with the floor if you can. And twists are great for bringing out the tension in our spines, helping to dissolve some of the hardness in the low back. And for good digestive health, remember, looking after our internal organs. Okay, ladies, we're going to very carefully bring the legs up to the center and cross and unravel the right leg. Cross the left leg over the right now. Lower both knees down to the right slowly. If that's too strong, stack one leg on top of the other, remember. Keep those shoulder blades down. Hold for 3 or 4 deep breaths. Well done, yogis. Now, just very carefully bring the legs back, uncross the legs. And once more, just hug your knees in, rock gently, release the spine. And I'm going to turn those lights out now. It's time for us to go into our relaxation. Worked hard. If you still feel a bit chilly, grab a blanket if you bought one, or pop your socks on. Just make sure that you're warm and comfortable for the few minutes of relaxation. Coming into what we call Shavasana. So our palms are facing the ceiling, arms away from the body. Actively just tucking the chin towards the throat. The back of the neck is long and in line with the spine. And then the fidget yogis get as luxuriously comfortable as you can. And we're going to spend a few minutes quietly reaping the benefits of all that yoga now. Start to just check in with your breathing once more. I'm going to just do what we call a peaceful relaxation, peaceful mind relaxation, which is a way of getting any excess energy out of the head, back down into the body. So as you next breathe in, simply think of the head. And as you breathe out, think of your chest. So for the next 10 breaths, as you breathe in, simply think of the head. And as you breathe out, simply think of the chest. And that head to chest focus is just the start of the process to get any excess energy out of the head and back into the body. Enjoy 8 slow breaths, yogis. Head to chest. Breathing into the head, out through the chest. Just for a few deep breaths. Next, yogis, we're going to shift the focus and breathe into the chest and out through the low back area. We're going to inhale into the chest and out through the low back and kidney. And as you breathe out through the low back and kidney, taking with it any hardness, any tightness, breathing it out of the low back, taking any tension with it. So our focus is breathing into the chest and out through the low back and kidney. Again, enjoying that process for another 8 slow breaths. Take your time. Chest to low back. Chest to low back. Finally, yogis, taking the awareness, breathing into the low back area and out through the soles of your feet. Breathing into the low back area and out through the very soles of your feet. And again, as you breathe out through the soles of the feet, yogis, taking any hardness, any tension, any fatigue, let it simply dissolve out through the soles of your feet. And enjoying, again, 8 slow breaths as you breathe into the low back and out through the soles of your feet. Enjoy for a few more breaths. Then yogis, just notice the textures of your mind compared to when you started. Just noticing the textures of your mind now compared to when you started. And slowly and gently, time to come back from that inner world, back to our outer world, but gently and kindly. Just moving our fingers and toes gently, becoming aware of the physical body lying quietly on the floor. Become aware of the body lying on the floor. Starting to tune into the sounds around you again. Become aware of your environment. Gently moving your fingers and toes. Just gently becoming aware of these digits once. Slowly and gently coming back. Start to move the body gently, yogis. Start to unfold it in any way that feels good. There is no rush. Take your time. Starting to stretch and yawn and unfold the body in any way that feels good for you. Coming back gently. When you're ready, just come up to sit. No rush. Nice and slow. Welcome back, yogis. Let's just sit comfortably for a minute. Give yourself a moment gently to come back. Notice any thoughts or sensations. Bring our hands to our prayer position. If you wish to, just take a moment to wish yourselves well. May you all go well. Shanti, peace to you. Thank you. Thank you very much, yogis.